Hey everyone, today we're going to go over our Gundam Converge numbers 111 and 118. They're both TR-1 Hazels. So the first one, 111, is from the 19th wave of Converges, and it says it's a Hazel Custom, RX-121-1. This came out in 2015, and then later in wave 20, they came out number 118, same year again, but now it's called a 121-2A, and that means an advanced Hazel. Some parts change and stuff like that. So we'll do chronologically this one here. So wave 19 consisted of these other 5. Okay, some basic stats there: 18 meters, 63 tons. And fandom here, the screen. This was featured in advance of Zeta, the Flag of Titans. I don't know if that was a TV show or not. I never heard of it. And then here is his little story. It was like rebuilt and had spare parts and stuff, so that's why it was renamed. Alright, let's open this up. Gum from 2015. It's quite... it's not nice. Okay. And so the first 20 waves of Converges have these silly foot stands that are a complete waste of plastic. It's just totally unnecessary. I really wish they just gave you an extra weapon or some other part that went on the robot itself. That's an interesting gun. Anyways, this goes right in the trash. Okay, let's see. I like to take them apart, break the paint, and then you can also see under details easier as well. So, okay, we got some yellow. Really deep yellow recesses. I don't know if these are thrusters or what, but they're deep. And really blocky knees. I don't know why you'd have a giant rectangle on the knee, but it looks really armored. Thrusters maybe in the feet. Nice foot details. Nice panel gaps and grooves everywhere. Look at these. Look at those thrusters. That's kind of neat. And I'm going to assume maybe in the real cartoon this is yellow as well. But none on the back here. These thrusters, no paint. But I guess it's better to have the paint on the front than on the back. So yeah, the red here and here is nice. The yellow intakes or whatnot look pretty good. And then this is like a really dark gray, if not black. And then I don't know if this comes out. No, that's molded in. Beam saber handle. Bunch of holes here, probably for other parts. And so let's see, the first part. Maybe we should do the head last. This arm here, the right arm, has a hand. It's molded. I think that hand is molded in. I don't think it wants to break loose. But a gun can go into it, and there's a peg hole for probably something. And so this pegs into the shoulder. Alright. The left arm, same thing, but there's no hole for the hand. Just a peg hole for maybe a shield or something, but we'll find out. And now what is this thing? There's a peg hole and it has a peg. This might have to do with the head. Maybe? I don't know. Well, let's look at the head then. This head actually has an antenna already on it. Does this come off? I wonder if these swap out. No, that's a totally different shape. Anyways, you can see the eyes. They're transparent green, but really dark. But there's some silver back behind that lens. There's some green up in here, metallic. It's pretty light green though. And then these antennae are painted yellow, as you can see. A red chin looks nice. No chassis number molded into this guy. Alright, so I still a little curious what this would be for. I mean, it's a big peg. And then it's got a tooth on it as well. I wonder if it, no. This can go in here maybe? I feel like it has something to do with the head, but maybe not. Huh. There's that box again. What I don't like about the box is, you know, this is a nice shot, but it just shows you the front again. It doesn't show you what the back of the toy looks like. Oh, this thing has some crazy optional wings. I think that's a separate Converge number. You can get these optional parts. Maybe this has to do with that, because I'm not seeing how or why. Oh, wait, does it go here? Can it raise the head up? No, that doesn't look right. Maybe it goes like this. And then maybe the head can pop into that? That doesn't seem right. That actually looks really weird but funny at the same time, you know? Huh. That's... Well, anyways. The head, it kind of collides with these gray boxes. There's like a ledge here, so if you lift it up, I guess you can get some left-right, but it really kind of just wants to sit flat there. So not much articulation unless you raise the head. Alright, so the shield here looks pretty nice. I mean, there's grooves and panel details on the back side. Now, this does have two... Oh, that's maybe what this is for. Wait a second. It looks like that mates in very nicely. Yeah, but as to why? I don't know why. Maybe it has to do with those optional parts. Okay, well, it's got some color and detail on the outside. What I like is this opening here. That's neat. Alright, what I suspect is that backside image with the extra shields. Whatever these are. No, see, that's still on the thing. So, let's see. If I put this shield here, that fits fine. I guess you could put that in there and the shield will come out further. But not much. Okay. What about the back? Oh, well that does work pretty well. Maybe that's what this is for, because this seems pretty well fit, and that little groove just happens to allow that peg to sit nicely. Unfortunately, it's not painted, so it looks a little bit weird, you know. It would be nice if it was the same color. So if you don't want to display them with the shield, you can. Alright, but I think I do want to display with the shield. Oh, it turns out this whole thing comes off. So you can repaint it a little better. So I guess I'll just leave that on the back like that so I don't lose it. This is very loose, actually. Oh well, some poster putty will fix that later. So this hand has no weapon accommodation, this one does, and so here's the funky gun. I've never seen this gun before, but this is similar to a Unicorn's gun, these ammo packs. Nice little barrel recess, an optic recess, it's a matte gray. That's interesting. So twist this hand. And I guess this hand must be a separate piece, because why would the gun be off to the side like that, right? The paint was stuck, yep. It's interesting that the hand is cut at an angle. Alright, so yeah, that's not so bad. Very cool. Actually, I like it. I like it. I like that shield. It's really interesting. Alright, the next one, the Advanced Hazel here, says Advanced Zeta Flag of Titans again. The blurb is quite long here. Let me focus on that. Remodeled, some Hazel 2 multi-weapon sniper stuff, Galbady, I don't know. I'm too impatient to read all that. Let's get into the toy. There doesn't seem to be any animations. If you go to fandom, they usually have images. That's where I get all these images. But the only image here from a cartoon is this one. And it's just this little character over here, so I didn't bother bringing that up. But there's a cool model kit over here. Guess we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so as we saw, this is from Pound Wave 20, and then what's in Wave 20 are these guys. I've reviewed a few of these already, and they're the stats of it. Oh, that gun looks pretty gross. And then it's got the silly foot stand, it's all yellowed and stuff. What were those guys thinking with these foot stands? It's just stupid. Okay, they got away from it. Looks like I might have the same gun. Yeah, right in the trash. Break the parts loose. Okay. Now this one has totally different feet. And these are some of the lamest feet I've seen in any of my Converge figures. I don't know why they didn't mold anything up in here. Anyways, that gum, by the way, it's looking pretty gross. Alright, the big yellow recesses again in the front of the knees, but not in the back. We'll have thrusters again. So it's definitely a lot of similarities, but this one has, I didn't even notice, ammo packs here. I think the original one did too. Yeah, it did. Backpack. Yeah, so there's ammo packs on the side of that one as well. This one's got a big blue crotch area and a big armor plate, it looks like. Seems to be a separate piece, but yeah, there we go. There's some red, some yellow there in the torso. And then this is a black upper shoulder area, the yellow venting. It's asymmetric. There's something here but not here. And then an asymmetrically placed saber handle. And then this looks familiar again. Alright, so hopefully we can figure this one out a little easier than the last. But let's start with the arms again. I think these might be identical. Pop that in. Let's see, are those arms the same? Yeah, I think those are the exact same arms. Right? Yep. Is this backpack identical? Well, I might pop this back on. Looks it so far. Yeah, that backpack and beam saber are totally identical also. But there's no little piece that was on that other one. What is this now? That looks totally different. Well, let's just put the arm in. I know that where that belongs. And then the head, though, is definitely different. We have a really big, like, radome or something on the front of this guy. It looks like a... Let's see. Is that the same? I think the head is totally the same as well. See that green, the grooves? The only thing different is this one has this little typical Gundam antennae. This one's got this crazy, like, rhinoceros kind of face. It's interesting. I guess it's cool that they are able to... I'll just see if I can fit it backwards. No, I cannot. I don't know why it... Man, the lighting is just always horrible. Sorry. This is a big air gap here. I feel like it should have fit more flush, but it's pretty tight up there, so I guess that's on purpose. Just that gappiness. No, see, this side looks correct. So why... I guess it's the vinyl just didn't cool off properly. I might have to dip in hot water. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to sit flush, like on this side. Okay, well, that's interesting. Looks like an Evangelion kind of robot. Alright. Pop that on. Now this one, the head doesn't collide so much. The chin is what's colliding, I think. Alright, the weapon... Is this identical as well? I'm holding it backwards. Same weapon, yeah. Okay. So now, this side shield here, we have nice details on the back side and nice color separation on the front side. That goes into the forearm. And, well, what's weird is... First, what's weird is this. What is this? Is that on purpose, or is that just extra plastic from the molding process? Looking at the model kit, I don't think that belongs there, so I gotta cut that off. Hold on. Yeah, so, you know, unfortunately that wasn't clipped off before it was painted. Now, the issue now is trying to get around the shoulder. Like, this can peg in here, but look how it bends. So, that's not good. And this thing, it's messed up as well. I feel like that's just not well designed, unless this is upside down. I don't know, that doesn't seem right either. No, according to the model kit picture, it should be like this. It's just that this gap is too tight, or you don't want to push it in too far, otherwise this is going to warp. Luckily the peg seems to be long enough that it will sit in there without deforming. Okay, that's what's going on with that. And so now we have this thing, I'm assuming, holds these two shields. So these shields are quite different from that other one. They're like, oh, those round things are missile launchers or thrusters. The backside again has nice details, and it's got two pegs on it again. But one would have to assume they're going to peg into this here and here, which makes me think this goes on the back somewhere. Oh, okay, so this hangs down like, oh wait a sec, look at this. This is like the original, that first one. Oh, I think I can take the shield from that first one and put it on here to make it symmetric. So you can spin these, obviously. Maybe, I don't know if they're supposed to be flanking the head like that, but they would make effective armor like that. Alright, well, just for appearance's sake, let's take the shield off this one and pop it on this one to make it look symmetric. Right, so that's now symmetric, and now you could take this one, pop it on this older one. It will fit, yeah. So it's like a family of Hazel products now. I guess one could probably take this shield and also pop it up here. Let's see if that works. Yeah. So there's 3 different shields with this one figure. Unfortunately, it looks a little weird to display 3 different shields on this one figure. But yeah, I guess you can take any of these shields and pop them on the arms. Or maybe this one I'll put on the other side. That belongs with the other robot. This one I'll put on this arm, just to cover up that peg hole. And then you can lose this middle piece entirely and still peg in a shield in this hole. Right? I don't like how this deformed against that shoulder, so yeah, alright, it's interesting. 3 different shields on one character. I think I'll just display it like that for now. The feet, though, are really weird. This one has normal Gundam feet to me, but this one's wearing like weird high heels. Otherwise, the leg looks generally the same. The kneecap and all that. Interesting differences. So mixing and matching parts, it can kind of get these 3 shields like this image. Granted, I have 2 of these identical ones like that image, but I put the 3rd one back here. So they're pointed upwards, but you know, it collides with the antennae, so it's not really designed to match this image so much. So for me, I'm going to take these off here. I'm going to leave this one the way like this. Hold on a second. So that one's good for me now, that first one I reviewed. And then this one, I'm going to just put both of these shields on this. And the reason why they have 2 pegs, I was using the longer ones for the previous positioning, but you can actually use the shorter ones, so the more recessed ones, because it wants to actually recess like this. See? Unfortunately, the exposed peg is a little unsightly on that one, whereas this one actually is painted. But you know, I'm not looking at it from behind most of the time, so now that's an interesting way to store those 2 shields. And they put the blue one on this side because this arm's molding is not the same as that side, it seems. So it doesn't collide and want to bend out. And it also hides the gun, which is identical to the first robot. So now I kind of feel like, even though they're very similar with the parts and stuff, you can make them look a bit different. So let's let that thing spin around. Yeah. So someday I might buy that option pack that I think I've seen for this particular model, and I might be able to simulate that properly. But it's not a priority. I'd rather get a full robot than an option pack. Alright, well, thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next Converge video.